Yeah, Cal did a good job wrestling, to his strengths there at the end, and found himself in a good position. And it's hard to boast about a loss, but I think he found a way to get a little greedy there at the end, and save his team a couple a point. What could have been a big team point. So. Hard to get excited when you lose a match, but you're happy to see his effort and having a little pride at the end there and wrestling to the last second. So I'm happy with that.
Let's talk about Cordell and the band, just kind of their effort and really bringing you guys home there.
Yeah, when we looked at the matchups, we liked how it could potentially end there, and felt that we had a good opportunity at 197 in heavyweight to earn a couple tough wins, but we felt like our guys were positioned well to do that, and it's good to see that when the pressure's on them, and they got to find ways to win for their team, and that they do that. So happy with their effort, and to see how stingy Dan Stibral got there in the last 5 seconds. Probably shouldn't have been there in the first place, but again, a young kid. Out there wrestling in a big time moment for him in his career, and found a way just to keep fighting there, and I think that's that's pretty impressive for a young man to do that and have that pride for his team, and that ultimately won his team the duel, and that was really happy, really impressive to see that.
Kind of attribute that mental toughness to the competition you guys face this year. I mean, these guys have been battle tested all day long.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a good Central Michigan team. I've known Coach Borelli for a lot of years. I've always admired what he's done over there, and that's a really solid team. And to come away and position ourselves to win a pretty hard-fought duel was really happy to see that. So has our schedule helped us? I don't know. Maybe in a few matches, but. I think there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, and I saw a couple of our guys maybe a little more complacent than I'd like to have seen at this time of the season. But we've been pushing them, and the end of the season is what counts here, and that's what we're focused for. So to watch them come from a hard tournament last weekend and have a hard week of training over their finals, dead week and finals week, when there's some extra educational, programs that these guys gotta work on, and it was just good to see them come out and put out the effort and find a way to win, even though they're probably not 100%.
You think this is momentum going into what will be a tough match at Utah Valley this Friday, and then Reno Tournament of Champions?
Yeah, Utah Valley's, they might be one of the most under the radar teams in the country right now. They are extremely good. They are well rounded, and they got a couple athletes that can really do some good things. So we're going to take a day here and reflect and find ways to improve, and then we'll shift our focus to Utah.
I've always been a heavyweight, always been at the end of the duel, and I'm used to it. I like the pressure. I think it helps me perform better, and I love wrestling, so it just makes it that much better getting the win for myself and the win for the team.
Big second period for you there. Just talk a little bit about what went well for you and when you took advantage of there to kind of build some momentum.
I think just the big thing was the first period is always kind of a shootout for me. I mean, I don't always win the first period, but I use that to tire him down or make him tired. And usually by the time the second, third period comes around, I can start working my moves and turn the match into my favor.
Same with you. Do you feel like the competition you faced so far this year has been really beneficial in kind of preparing you for what you saw today?
Yeah, definitely. I've had some really tough competition this year and had some good matches that I haven't necessarily won, but learned a lot from, and definitely preparing me for the end of this season for sure.
As a team, do you guys feel like you're kind of battle tested early on, and then how do you take this and move forward with it?
Oh yeah, we've wrestled a lot of top 20 teams already. Iowa, Oklahoma State, Northern Iowa. I feel like we've had a lot of good matches. Going to the Cliff Keen Open too, saw a lot of different guys that we'll never see before, and it's good to get to tough matches ahead in the beginning of the year, so you know what, those are the guys that you're going to have to wrestle at the end.